Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. I didn't plug in. Yeah, I did plug in my iron. Is it on max? Hold on. No, it's on minimum. There we go. So we are doing book covers. Now there's two different types. In this first video, I am going to be showing you while we wait for the iron to heat up. I'll lift you up a bit. There. All right, so I've got this one and I put it on cardstock. Oh, the glue's coming off. I backed it onto cardstock. Then I put this scrapbooking sheet, but it's a cardboard kind of sheet. And because it's cardstock, not cardstock, scrapbooking sheets, they're 12 by 12. I decided to fold up this flap and I will sew all the way around. And then when I make it into a book, I'll have two pockets in the front, one in the front and one in the back. Okay, so that's that one. Why? Oh, and then I put another piece. So this is the card, right? And it has a white backing. But because I didn't want the white backing, I glued another sheet on here. So all this will be stitched down. So if the glue separates, technically, I'll have two pockets in the back and in the front. Well, that's kind of cool. Anyways, I had used glue stick, and I guess you shouldn't use glue stick. For the fabric side, I did use the fabric, what is it? Fabric Fix? This stuff. That's for anything fabric. And then I did this one. So with this one, I glued this down, and I had put masking tape because it's green, the same color. So I put green masking tape for the binding to reinforce it. And then I did two sheets here, and I flipped up the edge. With the other one, I'm not going to. With this one, I wanted to do a frame. But as you can tell, the frame did not quite work. So we're going to have to do something with that. But then on this side, now this one, I am going to go all the way this way, but then I'm going to go again this and then back down. So you're going to have stitch going this way plus all the way around. Now I'm going to have to do two because the material is on the material, but then the paper, if I go along the paper, I won't catch this piece of material. So what I figured is I would do a straight stitch all around, or no, sorry, my bad. Straight stitch to frame these out. And then I would use like a heartbeat kind of stitch going all the way around the purple. So you'll have the decorative stitching on the purple, and then the straight stitching is on the paper. That's my thought anyways. But yeah, so just so you see, whoop. So this one's going to be pink and green. And then this one is the Amazon packaging that crinkles. So I thought this would be fun. And yes, it's Spider-Man with another piece of Spider-Man on the inside. And this, I'll just do a zigzag stitch all the way around and then fold it, and Bob's your uncle. As for the creasing in the middle, it looks like nobody bothers. I guess when you stitch in your binding and everything, it will find its place. And then if you need to touch it up, as you can see, I didn't glue it completely because the stitching is going to hold it. But I guess if you have any issues, it'll straighten itself out. I don't know. Nobody seems to bother with it. So I'm just going to leave it be and we'll see. Now this is my old bedspread. And I love the colors. I think it is so beautiful. It goes that way. So I'm going to make that as a cover because the comforter is broken. It's no good anymore. So it still has some good parts to it. So I took the best part for this. And then on the back, again, I took cardstock. But this one, I actually cut it to size. So again, zigzag stitch all the way around, folded, and Bob's your uncle. Then we can go on to the next step. And then this one is for my boyfriend. This is his old bedspread, which actually came from his mom. And so I thought I'd make one of that. But on the inside, because he's a guy, I put a typewriter. And again, this is just cardstock. And I'll just stitch all the way around. And fold it, and it's done. And this extra piece on the top, I'm going to leave it on the top so that the bottom is straight. So when you put it on a shelf and it slides on the bottom, it won't affect this. So there you go. So those are 5 of them. Now I'm going to make one more, but I'm going to show you how I did those. Now, normally you don't have to iron, but this particular material, if you look, it has a real deep crease. Like, yes, gluing it down, you could probably straighten it, but I don't feel confident that this type of material, that's good. So we're just going to go over it and try and straighten it out somewhat without burning the material, because this is one of my mom's pieces of material and I have no idea what it's made of. It could be cotton, but it feels like a synthetic of some sort. It's kind of rough, not quite polyester, maybe polyester and acrylic, maybe 100% acrylic, I don't know. I just want to decrease that crease that's here. See, it's almost gone now. So I'll let it cool because I don't know the material, right? If it's cotton, you just go. But because it's not cotton, or at least I don't believe it is, I am taking it easy. Oh, there's a bit of a crease here too. Well, I think in between letting it cool and then ironing it down, I could do a little bit more. All right, let's try this one more time. Now, I did cut it bigger than the card. Okay, well, that's good enough. So now I need to turn this off. There, minimum. And then once it cools, I'll unplug it. I'll show you the card. This is the cardstock I'm using. Oh, and this is the brand. I believe it's from the dollar store, because that's the only place I've been lately, is Dollar Store and Value Village. And Value Village, I know for sure it was not this. So there you go. Dixon Ticonderoga. Create watercolor paper, super heavy duty, 140 pound, 300 GSM, acid free, and it is a 9 by 12. And the reason why I grabbed this, it's 50 sheets. And the next time I go to Dollarama, actually I did a Dollarama haul. I don't know if I had this in it. If not, then the next time I go, I'll be buying more of this. So I like the 9 by 12 because if you think of it, regular printing paper is 8.5 by 11. So that gives 8.5 gives a 1/4 inch on either of those sides, and the 12 is an 11, so that gives a 1/2 inch. I believe that would be the top and bottom. Yeah, that would be the top and bottom. So this is slightly bigger than regular printing paper, which means you don't have to alter the papers that you stick inside, right? It'll be smaller than this or even smaller than that. There'll be none that are bigger than this, which is why I really like this. And considering I got it at the dollar store, I'll next time I go there, I will show you on a video and show you how much it is, because dollar store is not expensive. So now we're gonna go on the table and I'll show you how we do this. I'll just put this away. So now before I glue it onto the cardstock, I like to fold it. And I like, if any side is going to be exposed, there is one that kind of looks like it's a little divots in it. I don't know if you can tell on the camera. It kind of looks like it has almost like it was handmade. And then this side is very plain. I don't know if it shows up on the camera. So because this one I am not doing an inside, I'm just doing a cover. I want the nice side on the inside, which is this. So we're going to fold it over. Check your corners. I like to do it with both hands to make sure, because it's such thick paper, see, it shifts. And then you have to readjust constantly. I don't know if this is just me or if this is normal. But by the time you get it folded, you will have it readjusted a few times. And it doesn't matter how hard you hold it down. See, it shifted ever so slightly again. Oh well. You do your best. At least it's not as bad as it was the first time around. I don't know if I can change. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it. And what about this side? Yeah. All right, so now we're going to go like this with your bone folder, or in my case, this is my thing for my scoring. There. So that you're sure it is done. And there's not going to be any issues. Then we open it up. And now if you look at it, see, I cut it bigger than I want it. Now it's up to you if you want to fold it in and sew it in, or if you just want the cover covered, which is what I'm doing. I only want the cover. I do not want it to affect the inside. On one of them I did, on the purple one. And with the purple one, you actually, where the corner, like I glued it down and I left the flaps down. And then I glued it on. But then on the corner, you cut it at an angle. Like let's say for this, if it would be like that, well, right there, you would cut it at an angle, just slightly off the peak, cut it at an angle. So that when you put this down, it's at an angle. You put that one down. You see, this is the part that gets removed. But if you cut it at an angle right here, but just slightly off of the corner, ever, like, not even, like, so minute. Some people will fold it down and then fold this over. I just don't want the bulk. So I cut across at an angle on every corner. And then it makes this pretty framing. So this material is stretching. As you can see, there's a wave here. It's because in some parts it's stretched more than others. But the corners go together like a picture frame. And that's why I like cutting it at an angle. But it's totally up to you. It's your project, right? So with this one, I am now going to put glue on this side. And then I'm going to put this on top. So let me get the glue. The fabric fix. Okay, let's hope it's, I forgot to lay it down before I started. All right, so not right on the edge. You got to go in a little bit because the stitching is going to be on the edge. So it's basically just to hold the material in place until you stitch it. And then I go zigzag because if there's any, well, mind you, it's material, so air pockets really don't apply. It's, I guess this is more for wood projects, but that's the whole point of going zigzag, is so that you let the air pockets out. But I guess for this, it doesn't matter. Okay, so this is longer, and my material this way is longer, right? Or is it that way? I don't know. It covers. Okay, so now, because it's a very flimsy material, I'm going to actually roll it up. And I know I have extra room. So now, where I'm going to do it down the middle, but then see how the lines are kind of a wave? It's because this is a very flimsy material. It makes a beautiful skirt because it's a heavyweight material, but very thin. Okay, so now we got to fold it and see, look, it's not straight. So I need to pull it up. Oh, gee, this is not going to be easy. But you have to do it right away, even if you end up re-gluing it, because it is going to show. See, it didn't, oh my God. This is such a hard material to work with. Okay, let's try that now. It's not adjusting. That looks horrible. I should have done it at a diagonal. All right, so you know what? We're taking this up because I am not going to accept that. We're going to re-glue, which this glue might be even still good. But I'm not going to take a chance. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, shoot, I got it on the table, too. Butterfingers. Of course, because first time such a material, and I don't know what I'm doing. That doesn't help. Okay, so yeah, okay, so it needs to go down, but not that much. Did that help? Okay, okay. It's getting there. Okay, you know what? I have these things. I'm going to clip it every second square. Make sure it's exactly the same. Right on the edge. Okay, that one never, well, it is the last one. See, this is not even all the way. It's over the edge, and this is not. All right, so we're going to try and pull it more. Maybe this type of pattern, don't use that kind of material. Because, I don't know. Maybe what I should have done was just glue one side and then pull it down. See, now this is warped. I think what I need to do is just clip them all. See, this material also stretches, so. All right, see here. It's not quite right. This is also the one I wanted to put the doily on. So you know what? I'm just going to leave it as is. I'll put a couple on this side. See, it's kind of, but whatever. Really? You know what? Here, a little hint. I got an idea. Let's try it again. You know what I just was thought of? There are lines on it, right? So I could have put it along the line on one side. Okay, so will it come off? Yep. I just got to make sure that it goes back on that side. All right, see? We're learning together. I did not even think of this. Now, whether it works or not, we'll see. But let's try it again. I'm going to do it just in the middle now. And this side. All right. Now, we're going to put the cardboard on the material. Okay, so make sure it looks somewhat square. And then we're going to go on that line. Ugh. Okay, so that line is pretty much there and there. This one needs to be pulled out. All right, well, it's still not perfect, but this is a lot easier to do it this way. All right. So at this point, if it didn't work, you're going to hear it. And I hate saying it. I don't care. There. Done. So now, and if it's not square, oh well. It's the material. We're going to be decorating it anyways. And I was going to pull out and show you how I wanted to decorate these, especially this one. I have some butterflies and some ribbon, but you know what? That will be in the next video. So I just, see with these, I didn't have to worry. You know what I mean? Because basically, if the hearts are, see, some might go over more than others, but it's a heart, right? This one's going to disappear. So this one was a lot easier to do. This one is plain purple, so it was really easy. These I just had to cut to size. And then this one is a repetitious pattern, right? So, yeah, once I stitch around, we then cut off the extra. Like on these, okay, I already cut off the extra. Oh, no, it goes this way. I've already cut off the extra on this. So it's sew it, and it's done, and then it's just decorated. This one, the paper's already on it. I may add some butterflies or some lace. I have some lace butterfly. So we will be decorating this one. But this one was easy. It's a solid color, right? And then just the papers, you gauge it. So that's no problem. This one too, there's a little bit of a pattern, but it wasn't like, here it's off. If you look at it, see here, there's less of a heart than here. Here's a little bit more of a heart. And then here's back to like this one. Like, I don't know, when I stitch it, you'll see, well, when I cut off the extra, it's not even, but it's a heart one, so it doesn't really matter. It's not off by much. But this one, and this one, of course, is repetitious, so it doesn't matter. But this one, well, it had it's a 1" by 1" square. And like, even if you look here, it looks like this line is too far that way. It should be more that way. But what can you do? Just a heads up, use easy pattern, no pattern, or easy material. Maybe don't do something that's like that. It's just, this is my mom's pattern, my mom's material. And there's another one too that's real fancy material. And so when I do a souvenir book on her, about her, I wanted it to be all about her, right? Her pictures, her stories and everything. So I wanted her material. I may end up putting, you know what? I might do that. Hold on. I'm going to pause you for a minute. All right. Well, that didn't work. I ended up stopping the video instead of unpausing it. So now the video is starting all over, which means I'd have to edit it to put it back together. Oh well, that's life. Mistakes happen, right? But what I was going to say is, this is another one of my mom's materials. It's, I don't know what you call this material. It's textured and it's shiny and it has this pattern. Maybe I should do the outside. I was thinking of maybe doing this on one side and then that on the other side, because she loved blue, and they're both just different tones of blue. This is a turquoise color and this is kind of a turquoise, but, or this is aqua and this is turquoise. I don't know. This is lighter and this is darker. This is shinier. This is not, I don't know. Could be the exact same color. Who knows? But I was thinking, since I have nothing for the inside, maybe I'll put this on the inside, and then, so it'll have this, and then when you open it up, it'll have this. Or I can fold it the other way, have this on the outside and this on the inside. And I do have her doilies, but see, the doily would go better on this. I really want to use this. Yeah, I think, well, I'm going to cut a piece and I am going to use it. I just don't know if it's going to be the inside or the outside. I did bring out another piece of cardboard and I'm going to show you how I do this. So I make about 1 inch all the way around, 1.5 inches. You can even do 2 inches, whatever you decide. And then just cut around the cardboard. I'm not very particular. I could go completely willy wonky and I'd be perfectly fine with that, because this does not have to be perfect. It's a big piece of material and you're just trying to make it easier on yourself. So once you cut the piece, you then can clean up, get rid of this big piece of material. Maybe I should make myself a skirt with this. Skirt and a vest even. Fancy. Then again, I don't dress fancy. I'm a tomboy. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to put it over here so I don't destroy anything. All right, so now I don't need this cardboard. It was just to measure. So now what we're going to do, see, again, this is a repetitive pattern. So it really doesn't matter how I glue it on. And this is actually good because when I go on the sewing machine, I'm going to know exactly where the cardboard is, because I don't know, can you see it through? Oh yeah, you can see it. Or at least when I look at the camera, you can see it. See how you can see through? So that's going to help in the sewing stage. Because what I was going to do is once it's glued on, I was going to go and about 1/4 inch off, cut all around. But this way I won't have to, because I can see the line. But anyway, so now we're going to glue this down. Yay, it's not a 1 inch by 1 inch square pattern. Now, this glue, it can sometimes show through, so try not to have it too thick. You just want it to hold it in place until you get to the stitching. Oh, and I did that little loop is because there's a lot of missed spots. It doesn't flow smoothly. All right, so and this is a stiffer material too, so done. There you go. Oh, we got a little bit of a crinkle here. Oh well. There we go. Done. So now we can cut a little bit closer. I do have that rolling thing, but then I have to bring out the wooden cutting board, and the material gets stuck in the cutting board. Yeah. Then I have to take a brush to clean the parts of the material that get stuck in the grooves off. Yeah, so I'm just going to freehand it for now. Just rather have it out further than not enough. And you know what? On the last side, I will show you what I mean. I hate pulling this thing out, but I'm going to do it just to show you what I'm talking about, because I don't have a proper cutting board, and I don't have a proper sewing, you know, those clear plastic grid things you can get. I don't have one of those. So I'm going to show you right along here, right? Because the line is here from the cardboard. So I'm going to go a little further. And then my blade is out. And then you just have to hold the ruler and cut. And see, it never really cuts all the way. So then you got to go again. You have to go at a slight angle. And then sometimes you end up cutting it twice. And then you've got you know, like a zigzaggedy edge. I am no good at this. Oh, actually it went pretty good. Sometimes you'll go and there'll be a little sliver of material that you have to adjust for. But no, that went pretty good. Now, do you see that on my board? You see that? That's part of the material that got stuck in the groove that I made. And then I end up, okay, where did it go? Oh, here. Taking this shoe brush, which is also a shoehorn, and then now some of them, this one came off pretty easy, but not all of them do. Because this is not a healing mat, right? It's a wooden cutting board. And so that's what happens. Yeah, I guess with time it does come out. But anyways, so there you have it. That's why I don't usually take it out. But I'm happy with this. This is good. So, I will pause you and I'm going to set myself up with the sewing machine now. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Now, I just wanted to show you, I do have scraps of material that I use. Like here, I was testing out the zigzag pattern. When I change the thread or the needle, I'll use this scrap piece of material to just make sure that everything is going good. So I'm going to take this now and I am going to check it out. Why is it jamming? It's not the top. The bottom, for some reason, I got 3 threads on the bottom. See, this is what I mean. This is how you find out. Now, this is not the upper needle. This is the lower. Okay, so here I've got 2 strands again. Now, the stitch is good, right? That is the stitch. That'll be nice to go on there. It's sort of like a heartbeat. I like it. Maybe a little smaller, so I'll turn the dial down a bit. But now, to make sure it's not going to jam on the project, take another part and we're going to try it again. Ah, the needle. The needle is loose. Well, that's no good. That's why I was having problems. I thought I put the needle in. I guess I didn't put it in the right way. You can tell I don't use a sewing machine that often. Okay, so let's try this again. All right, let's cross our fingers. Aha. Nice. But it's not much different than from the other one. See, they're still pretty much the same. Well, it's a little bit smaller. Let's go just 2 little clicks less. Always make sure the needle's in the material before you start. I do know that part. Okay, needle's up. Pull this out. See, it's jamming again. Why is it jamming? Oh, yeah. It's going around the cylinder here. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. It's going around the cylinder. I think this thing it's time for a cleaning for this thing. Maybe there's, you know, like material buildup inside or something. Okay, let's try this one more time. Needle in the material. Lift. Cross your fingers. Nope, it's stuck again. I have to pull it. What does the back look like? Oh, the back is fine. And I like that. That's still a little bit smaller. So if you look at them all, see, these are all the different lengths. I really like this one. It's not too small, but not too small. It kind of looks more like an outline. It looks bolder because the zigzags are closer together. This one was way too far apart. And these weren't bad, but I really, really like that one. See how it's closer together than the other one? It's a very slight difference, but these two are definitely wider than this one. I like it now. So, I am going to sew all the covers. And tomorrow we're going to do paper covers and other types of covers. These are the material ones. So I'm going to have a few of them done, ready to go. But I want to do a few other types of covers. Some done with, I don't know, like paper, but like cutout papers, or you can use cardstock as a cover, or you can use the scrapbooking paper on an envelope, or that type of thing. We'll do some other types of covers tomorrow. And then either Monday or Tuesday, we'll start working on the pages and we'll decorate these covers. Actually, we'll probably decorate them first. Then we'll start in on the pages next week. All right, unless something else comes up, I apologize. My life is pretty much whatever, is on the table for the day. Like, I have a plan, but then if something comes up, things get bumped, right? So I apologize. We were supposed to do this last week. But I will do a paper cover, a couple of different ones tomorrow. And then either Monday or Tuesday, we will then decorate them and get into the pages. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Remember to do what makes you happy, and everything else will fall into place. And if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you like, subscribe, comment. Love to hear from you. And yes, I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.